morning. It's a beautiful July morning. You hear the birds in the background. We have finished processing all of our poultry for the year. We tend to do this in the beginning of the year because of different things going on later in the summer and in the fall time. So we processed all our chickens and all our turkeys. We actually did them in 3 different batches, which is a little bit more work, but because it's just Deb and myself, it's really the only way we can do it. We tend to split it up into pretty organized groups. We do the roosters first because they're the largest. We wait about 2 weeks, then we do the hens, and then we wait about another week and we'll do the turkeys. We tend to get the turkeys about a week before we get any of the chickens. That way they're about 2 weeks older than the chickens. The roosters are done at 10 weeks, hens are done at 12 weeks, and the turkeys are done at 14 weeks. The reason we don't let the turkeys get any larger is that our plucker cannot handle anything much bigger than that. So until we get a larger plucker, we're going to have to continue to process them that way. And we tend to like about a 13-14 pound bird. So this year we switched things out a little bit. We took and we used a different organic feed. I switched to Blue Seal, the Home Fresh organic broiler feed. We used about 22 bags of that to process all the birds. If you watched our videos from last year, you'll see that we had a loss of 7 of our 8 turkeys to a fox. So we really can't compare numbers accurately one year to the next. But we did find that the birds grew very well on that feed. The feed was more expensive. But I wanted to try that because we found that our egg layers do better on that Blue Seal feed than they did on the feed that we were using prior. So how'd we do this year? I think we did pretty well. I think we had just somewhere around 150 pounds of total meat that we ended up with. Wait a second, that's not right. I said 150 pounds? It's not 150 pounds, it's 245 pounds. And I have the spreadsheet to prove it. Anyways, let's get back to the video. Oh, I think I forgot to mention, 28 chickens, Freedom Ranger chickens, and 8 broad-breasted white turkeys. That's what we raised this year up with. Spent a little over $1,000 on feed, on the birds themselves, on grit, shavings. We even had to buy a little bit of ice. We usually try to make our own ice for everything, but because of the processing times and how close they were, we just couldn't generate enough ice. So we did have to buy some bagged ice. What we ended up with is an average weight on our roosters of just about 5.5 pounds. Average weight on the hens was just over 5 pounds, and the average weight on the turkeys was just under 13 pounds. We kept 2 turkeys whole, those are for the holidays, and we ground the other 6 turkeys up into ground turkey, and then we parted out the legs and the wings, and we'll cook those separately. This year, if we look at our total cost to raise this poultry, we ended up with about $4.29, so $4.29 per pound of meat that we ended up with, which is better than last year, but last year we really can't compare because of the losses that we had with the turkeys. But it's actually pretty good, so it's better than we've done in prior years, and we're very happy with the results. Just have to show you the garden. Everything has exploded because of all the rain that we've gotten. If you look behind me here, our arches with our beans are filling up. Tomatoes are getting tall. We have our, we have bunny in the garden. We have our pumpkins and our watermelons are all intermingled together back here. Up in our main garden, we've got the same thing going on. Another bunny. Not a lot of bunnies this year. I think the coyotes aren't doing their job. There are cucumbers growing. We got all our arches. The tomatoes are starting to get taller on these arches. Our front row with our peas are just about done. We don't like this hot weather that well. But yeah, if we get up to the top here, pita pumpkins back here. our potatoes, which have grown absolutely huge. They're starting to die back, so they'll be ready to harvest soon. And we got our broccoli and celery and asparagus and everything, so gardens are doing wonderful this year. Oh, almost forgot, our pole beans in the back. So the chicken tractors behind me are empty. That finishes up our 2024 meat bird processing season for us. Next year we're probably going to process birds in the fall because we have some spring obligations, so we'll see how that goes. We may even try Cornish crosses, who knows. But we'll make that decision when the time comes. So we're happy with this year's results. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please hit that subscribe button. We certainly would appreciate it. And that'll finish us up for today. So until next time here on Sunny Side Up Farm, we hope all your days are sunny side up.